From our studios here at 3 Mama Street, Brookfields in Freetown, this is the National News Bulletin 5 on Star Television Network on Channel 21 with me, Sienna Wright. First, our top stories. President Julius Maada Bio confers citizenship to 22 African American citizens.
This is very emotional for us. We have been divided for too long.
Yes.
And now we are trying to correct history.
Former head of the Kamajor Militia Forces, Augustine Attu, who is currently serving prison sentence in Rwanda for crimes against humanity, apologized to the people of Sierra Leone for the heinous crimes perpetrated against innocent civilians and failure on his part to act in stopping brutal atrocities by military forces.
I wish to express my candid remorse for the pain and trauma you people went through during the war, which I hold myself highly responsible for failing to act.
The Chief Executive Officer, Medzick International, Azik and Conteh, together with the Councillor of Ward 436 Damaya Hill Station, Mohamed Daboh, has mobilized community youths to undertake cleaning exercise within the Damaya community.
Do where this place here can be so bushy for a long time. But me too can wisely say, as long as I'm here, Lord get way for clean this community so that it's okay for the environment.
It's now time we go in for the news in detail. His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio has on Tuesday, January 5th, granted Sierra Leonean citizenship to 22 African Americans who trace their origin to Sierra Leone through DNA results, most of them with roots from Gbao and Tonkolili districts. Judge Elliot Sam reports.
His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio has granted Sierra Leonean citizenship to 22 African Americans who trace their origin to Sierra Leone through DNA result, most of them with roots to Gbao and Tonkolili district. While handing over the passport, President Dr. Julius Maada Bio welcomed them home, noting that their coming was not just about sighting or just experiencing another culture for culture's sake, but that they were also about fulfilled their curiosity and satisfy some long-held dream to making spiritual pilgrimage to Sierra Leone.
This is very emotional for us. We have been divided for too long.
Yes.
And now we are trying to correct history by coming together. This is a great initiative. So I want to start by welcoming each and every one of you to beautiful Sierra Leone, a land that we will share together forever. Since your arrival, you must have experienced individual epiphanies. Reflecting on the last 10 days, I'm sure you will agree with me that this journey has not just been about feeling good. It has not just been about sightseeing or just experiencing another culture for culture's sake. It's not just about fulfilling a curiosity or satisfying some long-held dream of making a spiritual pilgrimage. It is about all of those together and even more. So while others may invent history for the purpose of marketing tourism, you have lived your own history through over 400 years. This is the land of our mutual ancestors who were to later work rice fields, plantations that sustained the economies of 13 British colonies in the Americas. This is the land of Saint-Pierre, of Amistad Revolt. This is the land of the rice coast, of gulas, of folk tales about trickster, of handicraft, of foodways, of seeking rituals, and the call and response of African American song and dance. This is Sierra Leone.
President Dr. Julius Maada Bio further noted that Sierra Leone as a country had come a very long way from slavery and colonialism to repressive dictatorship, bad governance, corruption, epidemic and natural disaster, and also civil wars. Adding that his government had worked hard to restore the dignity of the country. He recalled that 2020 Global Peace Index ranked the country as the 46th most peaceful country in the whole world and 5th most peaceful country in Africa.
We have walked on the footpath and breathed the air of our mutual ancestors. Breathed over 400 years ago. You have retraced the final footsteps through the gates of no return on Bones Island. You have visited sites of great torture, humiliation, and pain. But you have also come back to sites of great welcome, peace, and joy. Welcome again to Sierra Leone.
On behalf of the beneficiaries of the citizenship, Dynast Abete and Royal Heir expressed gratitude to President Julius Maada Bio for officially receiving them as citizens of Sierra Leone. He described the event as an emotional moment for them, adding that they were already pleased with the love they enjoy from the president and citizens of the country.
Sierra Leone citizens, this is an emotional time for me. I know for all of us, but we spent our whole entire life basically in oppressed land amongst, people that didn't really love us. And now we back home and we feel love. Can I say one more thing? I watched the interview with you on Al Jazeera TV. I thought it was a beautiful interview. I thought you did a great job, even though she was asking you real tough questions. But in that interview, I heard you say that 80 females miss 80 days of school because of sanitary napkins, and we brought some sanitary napkins with us to make sure that whatever initiative that they can help you in, that'd be great.
For Star News in Freetown, I am George Elliott Sam reporting.
21 years since the invasion of Freetown by the then Revolutionary United Front, led by former Corporal Fode Sebana Sanko, that led to the brutal annihilation of innocent civilians, former head of the Kamajor Militia Forces, Augustine Attu, who is currently serving prison sentence in Rwanda for crimes against humanity, has apologized to the people of Sierra Leone for the heinous crimes perpetrated against innocent civilians and failure on his part to act in stopping brutal atrocities by military forces. Here is a broadcast of his public apology to all Sierra Leoneans.
Good morning, fellow Sierra Leonean. I am Augustine Attu, serving special court sentence in Rwanda. I wish to express my candid remorse for the pain and trauma you people went through during the war, which I hold myself highly responsible for failing to act. I deeply regret my action that failed to at least lessen your pain and trauma at the time you people needed it most during the war. I wish to say wholeheartedly that I am deeply sorry, and I sincerely and honestly apologize to all Sierra Leoneans who suffer as a result of my action and negligence. I am humbly appealing to the victims and all Sierra Leoneans to find a place in their hearts to forgive me.
If you're just tuning in, this is the National News Bulletin file on Star Television Network on Channel 21, and on to the next story. The Chief Executive Officer, Medzick International, Azik and Conteh, together with the Councillor of Ward 436 Damaya Hill Station, Mohamed Daboh, has mobilized community youth to undertake cleaning exercise within the Damaya community. Here is the report.
The cleaning exercise was done in an effort to encourage sanitation, which is one of the clusters under the Transform Freetown plan, and mitigate cases of theft in the Damaya Community Hill Station. The chairman of the Damaya Community Hill Station, Isaac M. Conteh, who also doubles as the chief executive officer of Medzick International, noted that the exercise is aimed at promoting sanitation and reduce the risk of spreading diseases in the community due to the illegal dump sites.
Where this place here, it be so bushy for a long time. But me too can wisely say, as long as I be here, Lord, get way for clean this community, so that it's okay for the environment. It just overcome the sticks. The sticks here, they just turn this end there as if a dustbin. We are not a dustbin, right? Now project we don't make, for now get a chat center, where we're able to clean much garden for the youth when and get for survive. But later we don't change the whole thing and take an extension of dustbin. Now here they throw it out and they do all kinds of things. More than 2 years now. Over there do every 1 year we clean every 1 year, but this now it also too much where it overcome the streets. Where the dirty can of the streets. You don't see as long as you near the can, not clean this environment. So I'm able to contact the councillor, put it in ward. Let talk to all the youths here, plus the other youths here will get out of the community, so that they can't see them. But me, when you talk to you, so I'm not the CEO for Medzick International.
Councillor Mohamed Daboh of Ward 436 Damaya Hill Station community applauded the efforts of Medzick for his enormous contributions in the community, not just in the area of the annual cleaning of the community, but for other supports rendered. He appealed to residents at the Damaya community who are in the habit of depositing their waste in these illegal dump sites to desist henceforth, as the youth will be vigilant in monitoring to ensure defaulters will be brought to face the full penalty of the law.
Because we are now part of the municipality, and the looks to how this place will sound like and not being actually applicable to people where they live here. People from different areas start for Puts.Sinaya. Turn here to illegal dumping sites. We're not being sound good. So like we don't meet plenty times as community for we do something like this. It's very challenging and difficult. Except through God, where we will get somebody where now community chairman, Mr. Aziz, where the man fit say this particular dirty way they are not good for the consumption of human. We therefore make sure say we remove this kind of garbage here, they don't come put here. So in the Mr. Aziz, we decide to call me the councillor and say, councillor, will give the support for make sure say we able to put all of this thing here. So we try to get community with money on board. Mr. Aziz giving support and make sure say this thing happens today like we will not kind of make some happen so this way. And as a council, this kind of thing we actually they look for people who are committed to development. And truly speaking, this community, Damaya, Mr. Aziz inside, I would say now somebody where we as a council and me as a councillor will always happy for work with, because they're committed to community development.
Youths of the community, however, had this to say.
Then they create something if na car wash or bowl take because we get to save for us now. If na bowl then big and for me, I don't say benefit and government. We no benefit that to as community now. The other council we eat very happy because the council you want no go do. Then as he said, no can say any people no go pass. Medzick International.
For Star News in Freetown, I am Moses Oju Kamara.
During their end-of-year engagement with the press on their activities for the year 2020, the Deputy Head of Family Support Unit, Detective Assistant Superintendent Thomas Robin Mansaray, has intimated that since January to October 2020, the FSU recorded 2,913 sexual offence cases, of which 2,588 are sexual perpetration cases. Alfie Barry compiled this report and read by Elizabeth Kagbo.
When highlighting their main area of intervention for 2021, the Deputy Head of Family Support Unit, Detective Assistant Superintendent Thomas Robin Mansaray, noted as part of their standard operating process, the FSU will involve child justice in their manual, adding that they will strive to prevent crimes from occurring through community engagement and mediation. On the statistics of sexual violence and domestic violence, Detective Mansaray noted that they are still on the increase, which he attributed to COVID-related restrictions and cultural barriers.
We have categorized the offences into three. One, child-related offences that are not sexual offences. The second category is domestic violence, and the third category is sexual offences. So I will give you the statistics as follows. For child-related offences, we say for the eastern region, for which Kenema is the headquarters, we had a total of 76 cases reported. For Freetown East, under the same category of child offences, we have a total of 367. For Freetown West, under the same category of child offences, we have a total of 108. For Northeast, a total of 87. Northwest, a total of 23. The South, total of 94, giving us a total under child offense category to 755. So we move on to the next category, which is domestic violence. And I would like to draw your attention that this category attracts a huge number of cases, more than all the other categories. Domestic violence for the Eastern region, we have a total of 1,308. For Freetown East, we have a total domestic violence matters reported, 2,603. For Freetown West, we have 809. Northeast, we have 704. Northwest, we have 387. In the Southern region, we have 1,166, giving us a total of domestic violence cases reported to 6,987. We come to the last category, which is sexual offences. For sexual offences reported in the Eastern region, we have a total of 607. For Freetown East, we have 826. Freetown West, 407. Northeast, 265. Northwest, 550. Southern region, 1,918. Giving us a total of sexual offences reported as 2,913. Total number of sexual offences reported within this period that I have mentioned is 2,913. Of this figure, sexual penetration alone takes 2,588. So if I'm to give you the grand total of all of these, we have a grand total of 10,655 cases reported so far.
Detective Mansaray concluded by calling for more support, noting that the FSU will train gender-sensitive personnel who will respond for gender-based violence expeditiously. Compiled by Alfred Barry, read in the studio by Elizabeth Cabo.
Well, that's all we have time for in the National News Bulletin file on Star Television Network on Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. Thanks for watching, and do stay with us for more programs coming up.